I'm going to take us on a brief tour of Symantec VIP, our cloud-based multi-factor authentication solution. Just a quick note, the product name is still Symantec VIP, even though it's under Broadcom. So up first, let's look at what a user sees when they get started. A user might receive a notice that MFA will be deployed and that they need to get a token. So here's an example of that. Embedded in there is a link to the My VIP user registration portal. So they'll click the link and be presented with My VIP. The user will use this to join their username to the VIP token. First, they need to log in. Note that this connection is internal and using the local user directory. Next, they'll register. Since I already downloaded the free VIP access credential on my Droid, I'll click VIP Mobile here. There's an option to register with a QR code and snap a picture from the app. You can also register manually, so I'll supply that. There are other options that users can use to register too, and other options that administrators can provide. So administrators can remove some of these options or add options and separate this out per user group as well. So VIP's flexibility here means that it can fit more customer environments and requirements. So now that the user is registered, let's use it to do something useful. Here I'll show a login to a Windows server. I'm using Remote Desktop Connection Manager to manage my connections to this lab environment. I don't have a password saved for this connection, so it will prompt me for my test user's password before attempting the connection. With that done, it starts the connection and VIP triggers. Here it is automatically detected that I'm using a push-enabled credential and is sent a push to my device. I'll confirm the push. And the login starts. I'm at my desktop. Easy. This was for a Windows server. Note that we can also provide offline access to Windows workstations with a USB credential. Let's switch the view to see some of the administrative side of Symantec VIP. Again, Symantec VIP is a cloud-based solution, so each customer gets access to their tenant settings via the VIP Manager console. This console is a simple interface for getting started and performing a variety of administrative tasks. So I'll log on here. The browser remembers my username and password, but I need a credential, and I have that off screen. And here we are. So when you log in a VIP Manager, you see a quick snapshot of what's going on. You can see at-a-glance information about how many authentications you've had, the types of credentials that are available within the account, as well as some user activity. We can see some more information about what my admins have been doing, or detailed information about what the users have been doing, as well as some alerts. I guess I have a certificate that's going to expire soon. Now, VIP Manager offers role-based access control, so different administrators can have different levels of access. Typically, Help Desk would interact with users, and we can confine Help Desk's access there. They perform hands-on tasks with users to help them in different situations, including verifying that the user is not locked, generating a temporary security code, which is pretty straightforward. And then we might read that to them over the phone, or just finding information out about users. So this panel over here helps us bring up information quickly. We can see information about all users who have used VIP within the past 6 months. And that's both of them in my test account here. Or do a substring search and find all the users who match B. Smith. On the Credentials tab, we have the same type of thing, just focused on credentials. So I have a handful more credentials than I do users in this case. On the Account tab, we have customer data, so our customer tenant data. So also users and groups are accessed from here. VIP certificates are available here. Credential settings and some file downloads are accessible here. Primary configuration is done from this tab, the Policies tab. There are 7 common categories in this first configuration tab. I'm not going to go through all of them, but they're collected here. Our risk-based authentication capability called Intelligent Authentication, which brings in information from several sources, including Symantec Gen, is configured on this second tab. SAML authentication is configured under VIP login. Note that this is not a single sign-on capability. We can link to one SSO or other federation point, and it is up to that capability or that single sign-on to link to other SAML identity providers as well as SAML attached applications. Finally, we can connect to Azure AD in a cloud-to-cloud configuration very, very easily. Note that their conditional access feature requires Azure AD with premium access, so Azure AD P1, P2, or other subscription may be needed to use their feature that allows this connection. There's no extra charge for this from us. Lastly, we have some fairly straightforward historical reporting. This can be based on end users, credentials, or auditing of administrators. So here's a quick snapshot of the end user reports. We have a similar layout for the credentials. And then we can peek at what the admins have been doing. You can look at time periods as well as particular administrators. In many environments, there's a need to interconnect with local components, whether that's Active Directory or applications such as VPNs that rely upon Radius for authentication. We offer a locally installable component called VIP Enterprise Gateway to fill that need. VIP Enterprise Gateway offers a few primary features and a slew of tiny ones. Firstly, it interconnects to my local user store, such as Active Directory, via LDAP or LDAP-S. As part of this, it can synchronize with LDAP so that stale user licenses aren't being consumed. I can remove them and free up more for new users. Secondly, it acts as a Radius server for many enterprise applications. Each of these are configured via a wizard with advanced settings easily accessible. So for example, if we were going to add a new SonicWall firewall to this environment, we can click Add Server, find SonicWall in the list, and it comes up the available configuration options. We can choose a different one, click Continue, and then put in a name for this in this environment, and then a shared secret, which would be entered on the SonicWall side as well. If we need advanced settings, we've got them here at our fingertips, and can go into any of these should any of these be relevant. I won't cover any of these, but just to show that they're easily accessible. The My VIP registration portal is hosted from VIP Enterprise Gateway. And then lastly, a variety of convenience functions, such as sending out registration emails, are also available from here. So that's it for VIP Enterprise Gateway. For advanced customers or service providers, many policy settings are available to be set via the REST API. So this is an alternative to VIP Manager and provides more granular access and workflow automation, as well as scalability to handle many customers. So for instance, we could get an account policy relatively easily. And here's the account policy for a particular account, the one we were looking at earlier. And that's a quick tour of Symantec VIP through the eyes of both users and administrators. Thank you.